Welcome to Greenville Cycling Classic. This is the first day of USA Speed Week. It is not a day of USA Crits. First day of USA Speed Week. And yeah, I started off pretty far back. There's like 110 dudes in this race. In Greenville, there's a party. Twilight Crit starts at this one started at 8:30. It's like 25 minutes late, but I've got to move to the front, so I'm going to start doing that. The whole first part of this video is just going to be me trying to send corners. Power was pretty ridiculous pretty much the whole time, so here we are, and I'm just trying to make it up through corners. Looking back, I could have made it through some of those a little bit faster, but sitting on rim brakes, trying to learn this bike. It's like the third race on this bike with old carbon tubular rim brakes, and it's a blast. I'm going to get these videos out for Speed Week, hopefully soon. I just bought a new computer and am excited to actually be able to make some of these videos. But this Greenville race, super technical, L-shaped crit, and a lot of dudes were having trouble with the corners. I was running a lot of pressure. You can see Johnny Clark in the burnt orange up on the left there. Johnny made it up to the front super fast. My teammate Zach, he said, bro's got some Jedi skills, and Old Head does have some Jedi skills moving up to the front. I watched this video and I cannot figure out how he did it so quick. That was pretty impressive. Man spent about 10 laps off the front solo, which was pretty cool, and yeah, he ended up in the breakaway of the day, which I guess the story of the day is there was a breakaway, and I never saw it go. By the time I got to the front, it was already gone. Had a good bit of time. Here we are, just after that first lap, and this is where I was sending most of everything, just into this pretty blind corner. So that's how it went down, and yeah, just trying to make up as much space as I can. Doing it again here. Teammate here is Zach on the left. Be racing with that Velocious crew once we get out of Speed Week, USA Crit stuff, because of their weird legislation, which won't let me onto that D1 team. Later in this race, stuff like this was happening with big old gaps opening up, people just not able to close them. It's the first day of Speed Week, and I did not realize it was going to be this hard. I did, some pretty redonkulous power just trying to get in, and was pretty much cracked the whole time. I really thought I was moving up well, but I really think the reality of it was I was just punching tickets of people, and me moving up meant you were probably on your way out of the race until a little bit later. You can see Cesar Marte there. He's hurting. I'm hurting. My heart rate was pretty high the whole time. Scadman doing a hardest elbow flick I've seen in a minute, and I knew I had to close that gap down. I liked this corner, maybe because I couldn't break into it the first few times, so I knew I could send it through. And that was probably my favorite corner of the race, and it was super dark entering, so you couldn't really see much, which I think hurt a lot of people's motivation into it, confidence into it, but for me, I didn't really have a choice to not be fast into it because I couldn't slow down that much, but it ended up working out. Back on the field yet again. This course is wild. It was super fun. The party got pretty good, and yeah, just worked as hard as I could moving up, making another send up the inside here, trying to get to the front, trying to see the front. We're 25 minutes into this race, and I can just barely see the front go through that next corner, which was very demoralizing. I was hurting. I was going really hard and just wasn't making up much space at all. Hopefully we'll tune that in for the rest of the Speed Week, but yeah, another blindish corner. Corner 3, savage little corner there. Have to ramp it up to stay on the wheel. Doing it again and again. Sometimes it would get bunched up like this, where sending the outside, you'll see me try to send the outside and just get totally walloped by Lucas Burgoyne and lose a lot of space. This first corner here too, I felt pretty nice about the inside, make up a lot of spots. I'm finally in the pack now, at the front of the race. It slowed up a little bit. What are we, 40 minutes in, and I am, seeing the front, which is a good sign. I'm still 20 wheels back and pretty gassed. Heart rate's pretty high. So I didn't feel like I could make much happen, but I was present, and that was exciting for me at the time. Here I'm on the outside, and I did not like entering the corner on the outside. This is the one where, oh, Lucas Burgoyne took my space, and I had to ramp it back up to get back into that. But that is the gamble you make, taking the outside of any corner. You're going to lose space. Yet again on the outside, at least I thought I was, and that dude in orange uh, came around the outside of me. I was a little grumpy about that one, so I promptly spent a little bit of energy. I felt it was worth it to take that spot back from him and get him out of there, because I did not like that, and almost smacked the inside of that corner into the next, um, into that Ribble dude, which was nuts. Here we go on the left here. One of the Team California guys and Work Hard, Be Humble guys, um, sending in a move. There's a little gap going on right now. You might be able to see through that corner. Um, and I know that that break is something I want to be in. I'm finally at the front. I can make something happen. Legion boys don't want to chase it back. They've got Carpenter in the break. And then like 2 corners later, after one of the Blazers guys got pulled back, I just sent it across to this little move. We got Danny Summerhill, Lucas Burgoyne, Team California guy. I'm sorry, I don't know your name yet. Strong dude, and a Work Hard, Be Humble guy. All in this little chase group. I had no idea what was going on during the race. Did not know there were 12 guys off the front, so this little chase group would be sprinting for 13th. But right now in the race, we're actually getting pretty close to catching the breakaway. Like, we started this group, and then I think we got as close as like 10 seconds from the back of the breakaway. Danny was hitting it super hard, super motivated to get across. He only had Alfredo in that breakaway, so he wanted to strengthen those numbers in that big old breakaway, make Alfredo's chances a little bit better of getting the win and rolling through with these guys. Sometimes it would just like sit up. Legion here. Yeah, we have the Legion guy in the move. Kit Carson just told me his name, I think, but he was on Tufo last year. I'll find his name and update that. But he was rolling really strong. Legion had Carpenter in the break, and I'm not sure they were super motivated to bring more dudes to that very large break. But I was motivated not to get dropped out of the break. I felt like I was on the limit for most of this race. Just going hard. The whole week I felt like, yeah, I'm doing good power, and people like Danny here just taking off. I got nothing against them, and I'm just gonna have to hang on and hope the speed goes down a little bit into the next corner. So that was happening a good bit, and that didn't feel great. Eventually, we'd get back into the group just fine. Some weird dynamics, and old Danny Summerhill on the right there was notified by his director, Tom Craven, that it was time to hit the brakes and go back into the field to help Alfredo with the field sprint, because that breakaway had lapped the field. They had reintegrated the field. Needed more dudes back there. Needed to send dudes to get that field sprint working, and they did. I think Alfredo ended up taking the dub, which was pretty cool for them. Right there on the left, Lucas Burgoyne took that corner a little deep. He did that a few times during the race. It was blind, so like totally makes sense to like not find the entry point, the apex. And actually later in the race, I attacked him through that on the last lap. We ended up catching the moto for our sprint for 12th, and Lucas and the Legion fella both came around the moto, and I was just kind of stuck into the back bumper, which I've never sprinted into the back of. It was actually the lead car. I've never sprinted in the back of a car before, so that was a little nerving, but I ended up like 14th in this race. Alfredo with the win, but it was a good time. Thanks for watching. See ya.